We started this to help our drivers to get more jobs during the pandemic time because of pandemic, people don't go out, so those ride-hailing driver doesn't have enough jobs. So we wanted to open and connection between the driver and also the delivery service for these stores. And interesting, like you mentioned, that they've got hit very badly during the pandemic time, but interestingly, with this connection, we could actually bring back their livelihood for drivers and also the store owners. And this was very interesting, actually, and intriguing connection that we have made.
So are you going to be looking at such targeted segments which have been impacted because of the pandemic? What happens to the mainstream? What happens to bread and butter ride hailing, where you're, of course, pitted against two big giants?
Well, so from the beginning, we were saying that we don't compete against those big giants because we were making our TADA ride-hailing service for the zero commission and to support our drivers. Our primary focus is actually building the livelihood for the drivers. So it's going to be a completely different approach that compared to other traditional ride-hailing platforms. And on top of that, from the beginning, like what we try to do is actually try to solve or try to address the problems that any players who can work together with our platform. So those are during the pandemic time for store owners, and we saw that they are also having a hard time, and also the drivers. So then it's a very natural selection for us to do so.
But are you going to replicate this model? Because I believe you're present in Singapore, Cambodia, as well as Vietnam. Are you going to spread across ASEAN?
Yes, of course. Well, it does not necessarily mean that we're gonna let's say burn the cash to do this e-commerce over the all Southeast Asia area, but this means that actually, if there is any problem who's actually suffering from the pandemic, we want to support this in many different areas. So we don't just go in by ourselves. We are actually working together with our other local or let's say conglomerates or big firms who wants to actually support their local society. So we are actually open to duplicate this model with the cooperation with the local hands.